Have you ever wondered why the world's most successful people often seem to have the most free time while others struggle to breathe through busy schedules? Society has taught us that being busy is a badge of honor, a sign of importance, but in reality, it is often a trap of mediocrity. Today, we are going to deconstruct the 4-hour deep code, the secret boundary that separates those who trade time for money from those who master systems. The top 0.1% do not play the game of busyness. They play the game of extreme focus and high-leverage decision-making every day. We often mistake movement for progress. Being busy is easy, but being truly productive requires a level of cognitive depth that most people will never reach. The illusion of busyness is a shield we use to avoid the hard work of thinking. We fill our days with small tasks to feel productive. If you are always busy, you are likely out of control. You are reacting to the world instead of designing the life you actually want to live. I am going to show you how to reclaim your cognitive sovereignty and why 4 hours of deep work can change the entire trajectory of your life. Your brain was not designed for the constant interruptions of the digital age. Every notification is a small theft of your most precious resource, your attention. Unlocking this code requires more than just time management. It requires a fundamental shift in how you perceive your own value and your daily output. Let us journey into the mechanics of the mind to understand why the elite choose silence over noise and depth over the shallow surface of life. When you switch tasks, your brain suffers from attention residue. It takes nearly 20 minutes to regain full focus after checking just one single text message. Each ping triggers a tiny hit of dopamine, followed by a surge of cortisol. Your brain becomes wired for distraction, destroying your ability to think deeply. Chronic cortisol exposure from constant multitasking literally shrinks the parts of your brain responsible for long-term planning and complex problem-solving and strategic thinking. Multitasking is a biological lie. The human brain cannot focus on two complex tasks at once. It simply switches between them at a very high cost. The more you struggle to do everything, the deeper you sink into exhaustion. You are busy running in circles while the world moves past you. Time is the only asset that cannot be replaced. By wasting it on shallow work, you are effectively bankrupting your future self 1 minute at a time. Your mental energy is finite. Every choice you make, no matter how small, drains your battery. Deep workers protect this energy with absolute, ruthless intensity. The top achievers don't have more willpower than you. They simply design environments where distraction is impossible and focus is the only available option. Eliminating the source of distraction is far more effective than trying to resist it. You must build a sanctuary for your mind to perform. In this space, time slows down. This is where the magic happens. This is where 4 hours of work becomes more valuable than 40. When you engage in deep work, your brain enters a different state. You move from the cheap thrills of social media to the profound satisfaction of creation. The data is clear. Those who can sustain focus for long periods produce results that are qualitatively different and far superior to the average person. Calming the nervous system is the first step toward the flow state. You cannot reach the heights of genius while your body is in flight mode. As your focus intensifies, your brain builds stronger pathways. You are literally rewiring yourself for success, becoming more capable with every deep work session. Stop being a scattered light and start being a laser. One illuminates a room, but the other can cut through the hardest obstacles in your path. The flow state is the ultimate human experience. It is a psychological threshold where time seems to disappear and your performance reaches its absolute peak. In flow, the conscious mind steps aside, allowing your intuition and subconscious to take over. This is where the most brilliant ideas are born. The giants of history, from Einstein to Da Vinci, all shared this ability. They could descend into the depths of a problem and stay there for hours. Effortlessness is the hallmark of the flow state. When you are in it, work does not feel like a struggle, it feels like an evolution. Think of focus like a rocket launch. The first few minutes require an enormous amount of energy and fuel to break the gravity of distraction. But once you reach orbit, you glide. Once you enter the flow state, you no longer need willpower to keep going. You are pulled forward by curiosity. The world around you vanishes. Your ego disappears. There is no you doing the work. There is only the work itself unfolding through your hands. This is why 4 hours is the magic number. It is long enough to enter deep orbit but short enough to maintain the highest possible quality. The 0.1% treat these 4 hours as a sacred ritual. They do not allow anything to interrupt this window of pure, unadulterated creation. By noon, they have often achieved more than most people achieve in a whole week of chaotic, interrupted, and shallow office work. You are not just solving a problem, you are becoming the solution. This immersion is what creates the breakthroughs that change industries and history. Mastery is not about working more, it is about working deeper. It is about the density of your focus rather than the duration of your labor. Your best work is waiting for you in the depths. You will never find it on the surface where the distractions and noise live. Slow down your pace to increase your power. True momentum is built through consistent, concentrated effort on the things that actually matter for your future. If you can master the flow state, you can master your destiny. You become the architect of your own value in a world of consumers. Warren Buffett is famous for his empty calendar. He keeps his days open so he has the space to think, read, and wait for opportunity. He understands that one great decision is worth more than 1,000 busy ones. His wealth is a direct result of his patience and focus. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything that comes their way. Every time you say yes to a boring meeting or a trivial request, you are saying no to your own long-term success and greatness. Apply the 5-25 rule. List 25 goals, circle the top 5, and avoid the other 20 at all costs until you achieve the first 5. The items you care about but aren't your top priority are your biggest distractions. They feel important, but they prevent you from being truly exceptional. You must prune your life to grow your legacy. Greatness is achieved not by adding more things, but by stripping away everything that is non-essential. A tree does not grow by rushing. It grows by being deeply rooted and focusing all its energy on reaching toward the light. Year after year. Protect your time like it is your most valuable treasure. Because it is. Do not let the agenda of others dictate the quality of your life. Real power is the ability to say no without guilt. It is the freedom to choose what is worthy of your limited cognitive bandwidth every day. When you focus on one big thing, the sense of accomplishment is profound. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth through busyness. Value is found in rarity. Rare focus creates rare results. If everyone can do it, it is not where your fortune or your legacy lies. I want you to audit your life. How much of your busy work is actually moving the needle toward the person you want to become? Distinguish between the urgent and the important. Most of what feels urgent is just noise. The truly important work rarely screams for your attention. Let your long-term vision be your compass. Use your 4 hours of deep work to build the foundation of a life that matters for decades. The shift from trading time for money to building a value system is the most important transition you will ever make in your professional career. The architect earns more than the bricklayer because the architect creates the system. 1 hour of high-level design is worth 1,000 hours of labor. If you're only working with your hands or responding to emails, you are easily replaceable. You are a commodity in a world that rewards uniqueness. Build systems that work for you. Whether it is code, content, or a business structure, your deep work should create assets that live beyond you. Scaling your value means reaching more people without doing more work. This is only possible if the quality of your output is world-class and rare. Stop counting hours and start counting the value you create. The market does not pay for your effort, it only pays for the results you deliver. When you master the deep work code, you gain the luxury of choice. You can work less and earn more because your output is so valuable. Your 4 hours of depth are an investment in your intellectual capital. You are building a network of value that grows even while you sleep. This is the path to true freedom. It is not about escaping work, but about doing work that is so meaningful it doesn't feel like work. Convert your fleeting time into permanent assets. Every session of deep work is a brick in the fortress of your financial and personal independence. The world is waiting for your best work. It is time to stop playing small and start diving into the depths of your own incredible potential. I am not asking you to believe me. I am challenging you to prove it to yourself through consistent action and unwavering dedication for 30 days. Commit to 4 hours of deep work every morning. No phone, no internet, no distractions. Just you and the most important task on your list. Consistency is the multiplier of greatness. 30 days of deep work will put you further ahead than 3 years of being moderately busy and distracted. Leave a comment saying, "I commit," below this video. By stating it publicly, you are making a psychological contract with yourself and this community. The journey to the top 0.1% is a lonely road at first, but it leads to a destination that few will ever see. Every grain of sand is a choice. How will you spend yours tomorrow morning? Will you be busy, or will you be truly and deeply productive? I believe in your ability to master this code. I look forward to seeing your transformation. Go forth and create something that actually matters today. Welcome to the world of the exceptional. Your journey into the deep begins now. Thank you for watching, and stay focused on your greatness.